Hi, my name is Regine, National New Concept Instructor for Learn More, Earn More. And we're proud today to present to you our series Track into Fusion. This is a great innovative method where you can add an extra $20,000 to your bottom line by just learning the techniques in this DVD. So, the first thing I want to start off with is with the hair. The hair that we're going to be using today is recycled hair. I sell 100% Indian, Peruvian, and Brazilian hair. So the hair can be used over and over again. The great thing about this procedure that the clients can really appreciate, because the hair can be very expensive. So I want to show you the different types of hair that I have. This is the straight. As you can see, your hands go effortlessly through it. Nice and tangle free. And this is the body wave, a very loose natural wave. And we also have the wavy, beautiful and tangle free. If you need to purchase this or anything that I'm teaching in the video, you can reach me at 1-888-308-0219. The method Track into Fusion, we're going to go into the things that we're going to need to perform the procedure. One is the fusion gun. This is a high temperature gun, and we're going to be using fusion sticks. It takes about 2 for the procedure. You're also going to need a rat tail comb. This gives you precision parting. You're going to need large clips to divide the hair and part it away, and some smaller clips to hold the hair into place. So without further delay, I'm going to teach you this great method that only takes an hour and a half to do, Track into Fusion. There's different ways that we put the hair in, depending on what the client needs. If the client is desiring length and fullness, then you add more rolls. If they just want fullness, you'll add less. Our client today, we're going to add color, length, and fullness. So we're going to go with 4 rows. Hair placement is very precision because you do not want to leave a line of demarcation. Meaning, when I get done with the hair addition procedure, you will not be able to see where her hair stops or ends. Her hair has been used before, so it's already been pre-cut. But if I was cutting a new track of hair, what I would do while I'm making my placement is always making sure that I leave out free edge so that she can pull her hair up or wear it back. You want to hold the hair into position with the small clips, and making sure that the track is placed exactly at the part line. When you first start doing it, the fusion will come out very warm, but it cools off very fast. So you only want to work at about 1-inch increments till you build up your pace. There's a line of fusion that you put down, and then I'm going to pull out just enough hair to secure the fusion into place. It's very important when you're pulling the hair down that you pull enough. You don't want to pull too much because it'll make it thick and bulky, and not pulling enough won't give the hair enough sturdiness, because this is going to hold the hair into place. I'm making a straight and even line of fusion. I'm not squeezing out too much fusion because I don't want it to bubble over the top and come in contact with the client's scalp. I'm making sure that the hair that I grab, I'm bringing directly down. I'm not grabbing it and bringing it this way or that way, because that will cause tension. Another thing, if you see, I'm using fusion sticks come in different colors. They come in blonde, ginger, and black. For track fusion, you won't be able to see the fusion when we lay the upper layer, so it makes no difference what color you use. However, I do prefer black when the client's hair grows in dark, because the lighter colored sticks will peek through the hair and sometimes can catch the eye. And you can use a smaller clippy sometimes if the hairs will stray out of place, because you really want to make sure you do it nice and neat. And it's very, very important that you make sure that the edges are nice and firm, because the edges is the easiest area to loosen up. So you want to make sure that you really secure them really well. All right, now that's the first layer. Now we're going to put the top layer on top of the first row here. And when we do this, the fusion will be enclosed and you will not see the fusion at all. I'm just laying this track over top of the previous one laid. Now I'm pressing this securely to make sure that this is on. Okay, and we're slowly going to go by inch, 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 inch until we get all the way done. You cannot take the fusion all the way across the top, because if it is not warm, when it adheres, it won't adhere well. And this method will last our client for 6 to 8 weeks, so we don't want to take out the longevity from the process. You always want to make sure that No extra hair has come down. Okay, and that is the first row. The one thing that you want to make sure that when you do the roll, before you get started, I cleansed her hair with the clarifying shampoo and deep conditioned it. You want to make sure that the hair is oil free. This will make sure that you will have an excellent adherence. Now we're going in with our second row. The procedure is actually the same for all the different rows. It's the same procedure. We make sure that we leave out enough for free edge. We want to clamp the hair to secure it. And we use the rat tail comb because it's very important that we make nice, neat precision parts. We don't want our parts tilting up or tilting down. They should be horizontal. They shouldn't tilt this way or down that way, straight across. Again, the way we're doing this application, we want our model to not be worried about exposing any track on the hair. So we give her plenty enough room, plenty enough free edge where she can pull her hair up in a smooth ponytail or pull it back. I'm putting the clippies in. To hold the hair into position. And as you see where her hair is dark at, this is a nice way to highlight the hair without having to color it. I'm bringing the hair to the fusion, making sure it's nice and smooth. All right, we're going to keep on with the same procedure. It's very important not to try to rush because this goes by pretty fast. You do not want to use too much hair. And another key to a great application is making sure that her hair is right on the part. If it's hanging down from the part, it takes away from the longevity. Now, this method is guaranteed to last the client 6 to 8 weeks. I tell them that they must come for bi-weekly shampooings if they're African American, but if they're Caucasian or other nationality where their hair gets oily faster, they can shampoo the hair every other day or as much as needed so that there's no oil buildup on the hair. You see the amount of hair I'm pulling out? It's a nice piece of hair. It's not too thick, not too thin. There's got to be enough hair to secure it into place. Okay, and now I'm going to add an extra stick. And I'm going to take a slither of hair and bring it right down. You want to make sure that the hair is firmly secured on the fusion, that you hold the hair tight enough so that it is a good hold and a firm hold. I'm not just lightly placing the hair on the fusion. I'm actually taking the hair, pulling it down firmly, and then going over it with my fingers. Okay, and don't worry about the heat. Like I said, this fusion comes out hot. By the time you put your fingers over top of it, don't be scared, it won't burn you. Cools down very fast. This method is nice. It does not take all day. They don't have to worry about excess shedding. You don't have to have very full hair to get this procedure done. One of the things that's very important is that you make sure that you get good quality hair. What I was saying before when I showed you the hair that I have, the hair addition is only as good as the hair that you use. So if the hair you use is subpar, then so will the hair addition. It'll cause a lot of problems, tangling, and the client won't be able to enjoy the procedure. So you want to make sure that they have good quality hair in. And although this procedure looks rather simple, I've been doing it for a while now, so that's how I make it look. It's not difficult. Now, I want to get into a little bit of the pricing for this procedure. This is a great way to make a profit in an hour and a half time. Because you can charge, I would say starting off, as soon as you learn this procedure, you could start off at $25 per row. But once you've mastered the method, you can charge $40 to $50 a row. We're working on our third row now. I'm going to secure this into place. When you do your application, it's very important that you don't use a glob of fusion. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure your line is nice and thin. Okay, we're going to bring this down so that it's nice and smooth. Okay, and if you notice that, like here, I didn't get the fusion down and it got a little bit dry before I could pull the other hair, just take it and pull it off. Do not try to put it on the fusion if it's not ready to receive the hair. As you can see, the process that we're doing is pretty repetitious. It's very important while you're doing this, though, to remember some key things. Number one, make sure the partings are nice and straight. You don't want to get extra hair that's going to be stuck in between the rolls. Two, work in small areas so that the fusion stays warm. If you use too big an area, the fusion will cool off and it won't adhere good. So as we put on the last two rolls, just remember, the job is going to be repetitious, but it's very important that you make sure that your partings are nice and neat and that the fusion and the hair adhere right at the part line. Now we're going to be putting the top layer of track hair over the fusion. The fusion will be sandwiched. And this is a great method because by covering the fusion, it makes sure that it does not break down. Remember to pay close attention to the edges. The edges are where most stress occurs during the process. So you want to make sure that they are securely in place. Start doing. Now we're going to be putting in our final row of track fusion. Just to let you know, besides this video, you can come to our website, www.earnmorelearnmore, to see when we're going to be teaching a class in your city and to also get the fusion products needed to be a successful hair addition expert. We have everything from books to give you the proper forms for consultations to the remover to make the fusion come out very easy. We also have the fusion sticks and great quality hair because we know that the hair addition will only be as good as the hair that you use. That's why we're able to reuse our model's hair. Clients love this, to be able to have hair that's carefree and easy to manage. As we do our final roll, it's very important that you leave out enough hair so the client has no difficulty at all in covering the first roll. So that is exactly what I parted off, and you'll be able to see that it is easy for her to cover it when we get done. When we get done with this, you will be able to see that her hair was able to get color. As you see, her hair is dark. But when she gets done, it will look as if she has highlights throughout her whole hair. She gets to have her hair be less damaged by not coloring the hair in the back and just adding the hair addition hair. This is another great way to sell this to your customers. Everyone loves to be glamorous and look like a model. So make sure you use these techniques and points to sell this to your client. Why not be glamorous? Add length, fullness, and highlights in just one step. And again, this procedure is repetitious. We will be doing the same things every time. We use our clippies to make sure that the hair is securely in the area it needs to be, right on the part line, so that it does not move. We work in small areas at a time so that the fusion doesn't cool. And we use our partings to be nice, neat, and precise so that extra hair is not pulled. Whenever I do the ends, I even use a smaller area of hair because it's important to get those ends tight. The fusion line is neat. It's not in the hair, it's only on the track. Sometimes you might need to adjust the track just like I did. Bring it up so that it lays right on the part line. And it all depends on what look you're trying to achieve to determine how many rolls you want to use. If somebody doesn't want to add any length and they just want some more fullness, 1 to 2 rolls will generally suffice. If they're adding length, fullness, and highlights, 3 to 5 rolls will generally suffice. It all depends on the hair's density and what type of look they want. As you see, we're almost done. This procedure is great because it takes hardly no time to apply, which means you can make extra money. Notice how much hair I'm pulling down. You have to use enough hair to hold the fusion in place. You don't want to use too much hair because it'll make it thick. You don't want to lose just a little bit of hair because then it won't hold and could cause breakage. It has to be enough hair so that it can hold the fusion and track hair securely in place. Notice the technique is always the same. When I pull the hair down, I'm pulling it straight down. It's not going to the left or to the right. The hair is going straight down in the way in which it naturally falls. And now we're going to be putting our top layer over top, and this will complete our job once we lay this first track over top of the 4th row of fusion. When you're laying this hair on top, it's important not to use too much fusion because when you're pressing down to secure it, you don't want any to ooze onto the scalp. It's very warm at first and then it cools down later. So you don't want to push that hot fusion out. You want to use just enough. It's always important that while the client has this procedure in, that their hair is properly shampooed and conditioned. It all depends on generally ethnicity and how oily the hair gets. So I generally tell the clients to shampoo their hair, depending on ethnicity, from every other day to, at the longest, every other week. And when you get our book, you can be a professional hair addition expert. We have all type of release forms that you can use so that when you're doing this method, not only can you do it, but all my clients get the products recommended that I recommend. So not only are they getting this service, but I'm letting them know in order for this service to last, they must use my shampoos and conditioners. Generally, I recommend a sulfate-free shampoo, especially and conditioner, especially on colored treated hair, like our model has today. Okay, and that completes the track fusion process. In no time at all, we were able to add 4 rows. As you can see, when we comb the hair over top, the first row is completely invisible. When we get done with our styling, you won't be able to tell where our model hair starts or ends. It's a total blend. And this method is so great. Our model here is actually a bodybuilder. So she does a routine where she has to sweat and she keeps active, and this holds up beautifully. Look at that. Look at that. Carefree, beautiful hair in no time at all. Why not make all your clients glamorous? Now I'm going to be teaching you track fusion removal. This method is very easy to remove. I placed the track fusion in the mannequin's head, and so what you want to do is you're going to use liquid oil. There are some that you can purchase at the website www.creationsanewYou.com. Some liquid oils can stay in the hair extra long, so it's really good to make sure that you use one that's good. This one is good and it's reasonably priced. So what you're going to do first is lay the liquid oil over top of the track. Just go through over the whole top layer of the track. Okay? You're going to massage that in with your fingers. Then you're going to take heat from a Marcel. It can be one that's plugged in, or either it can be one that is like this here with the stove. So we're going in here. We lifted up the layer. We're adding heat, and we're slowly pulling the track away. Okay? And you're going to lift up the top layer first. Then after you lift up the top layer, you're going to lift up the bottom layer second. You see how easy that liquid oil just makes the track fusion dissolve. And it comes out really nice and easy. Look at that. It's coming right out. You're going to take your time. Make sure you're not causing any undue stress. I've taught many classes, and some people called me and said they tried to take it out by putting oil on the track and putting a person underneath a hooded dryer. It's not enough heat. You've got to use direct heat. Now, after the top layer is off, we're going to just I'm going to put just a little bit more liquid oil on. And I'm just going to lay the heat right on top of the track. You're going to wait. You can see it liquefying. As it liquefies, you're going to lift it up. Be careful not to press too hard with the heating element so as not to cause discomfort for your client. Okay, and we're slowly pulling it out. Now, I'm also going to teach you how you can reuse this hair that you've taken out. Okay, now that's out. What you would do when you want to reuse the hair is you would take a paper towel, lay it over top of the hair, and then take the heating element and press until all of the fusion is out. Then you're going to take some hot, sudsy, clarifying shampoo, soak the hair in the shampoo so that all of the oil is free. Then that way you can reuse the hair again like our model did earlier. It's still some leftover fusion in the client's hair. Now, the liquid oil is on there. You're going to take the fusion, lightly heat it up, use the rat tail comb, and comb it through. Okay, so you're dissolving the fusion, you're combing it through. The oil totally breaks the fusion down, so you can just comb it right through. When you cleanse the hair, you want to use a clarifying conditioner. Cleanse it well and condition it well. So as you can see, this is an awesome, easy procedure. You'll be well on your way to earning an extra $20,000 to your bottom line. So if you have any questions or you need any implements to finish this method, to do this method, call me at 1-888-308-0219. And I wish you much success. Thank you so much.